The Euro 2020 qualifiers end in a flurry of excitement. Marcus Rashford has some admirers in in La Liga. Again, Ryan, it's all your fault. Euro 2020 qualifiers end in a flurry of excitement. Marcus Rashford has some admirers in La Liga. Jose Mourinho wants to move to Ligue. There's a roundup of all the transfer rumours, and of course, we have this week's great debate. That and more coming up in the next few minutes, as I am your host, Matt Froelich. You are the Onefootballers, and this is the Daily News. First up, and to the end of the Euro 2020 qualifiers and the end of the international break altogether, which has seen some incredible action. And I'm not even talking about England winning 2 out of 2. Last night, Switzerland were held by Denmark as they came back with 3-0 down in the final 10 minutes, and Sweden almost won it against Norway as they were 3-2 up with just a few seconds to go, and then Norway managed to get back to 3-3 as well. 2 incredible 3-all draws there, and there was some good teamwork from 2 Premier League rivals as well in Brazil's match against the Czech Republic. Though Roberto Firmino and Gabriel Jesus play on opposite sides, they were both on the score sheet as the Brazilians won 3-1. Elsewhere, there's some more good news to Liverpool as well, and that Sadio Mane has taken his club form into the international break as he helped Senegal beat Mali 2-1. He'll be hoping he can take it back into club form as they host Tottenham on Sunday. And lastly but not least, in the international games, Fabio Quagliarella at the age of 36 has become Italy's oldest goal scorer ever. This is because he managed to bag 2 penalties as they won 6-0 against Liechtenstein. Of course, that's not the most amazing result given the opposition, but he's still got the record. But moving on from international football and now back to some club football, where Marcus Rashford has some new admirers, and it's Barcelona. Now, we all know that they've been in the transfer market in the last few months looking for a long-term replacement for Luis Suarez. However, there's a few issues with this. Basically, they want another striker to come in and play alongside or cover to Suarez for the next few years until he finally retires. This is something that Marcus Rashford is just not going to do. However, this hasn't stopped them putting together a £100 million bid for the United forward whose contract expires next summer. That's in 2020, so Manchester United have a year and a few months to convince him to sign a new one. Of course, Barcelona haven't just kept an eye on him, they're also in talks with Luka Jovic from Frankfurt, who probably will be more accepting of a second backup role to Luis Suarez, at least for a few more years, and they're also looking at Antoine Griezmann, although that will cost them a load of money and just be an all-round annoying deal to push through because of what he promised to Atletico Madrid last year. But moving on to someone else who's a little bit annoying, and it's Jose Mourinho. After being sacked by Manchester United, the Portuguese manager has been out of a job, but has said that he wants to be back in the game by June. And if the reports are to be believed, he has identified 2 French clubs that he wants to take over. None of them are PSG, which is pretty surprising given the money that they could easily pay him. No, the 2 clubs are Monaco, who aren't exactly poor themselves, and Lyon. Now, at the moment, Lyon manager Bruno Genesio has been there for a few years and has led them into the Champions League, so he won't necessarily be easy to replace. And as for Monaco, they've got Leonardo Jardim back after sacking him earlier in the season, bringing Thierry Henry and then sacking him to bring back Jardim. Both of these managers, probably Monaco, are more likely to give Jose Mourinho a job. Of course, once he goes there, he'll be living absolutely tax-free as well, so it's another added bonus for him. It seems to me, though, that Jose Mourinho is eager to take a step back from some of the biggest clubs in the world and go back to being a bit of a small fish in a big European pond, just like he did with Porto at the start of his career. He took them who, let's be honest, they were massive in Portugal, of course, but pretty unexpected for a European title, all the way to the Champions League final, and they eventually won 3-0 over Monaco, of all teams. So could he take Monaco or Lyon into some uncharted territory at the top of European football? Well, it remains to be seen whether he'll either take over, but if he does, I can guarantee this is the kind of job that Mourinho will excel at. He'll probably do really well, then get the PSG job, and then just go mental all over again. And now we come to a roundup of the day's transfer rumours, where first off, an Everton are interested in signing Lille's 19-year-old forward Rafael Leao. Tottenham and West Ham are interested in bringing Torino midfielder Sawalia Maita, with the 20-year-old currently valued at around €20 million. Elsewhere, Newcastle have targeted Hoffenheim's Joel Linton to help their forward problems, although the striker may cost around €40 million. And lastly but not least, Real Madrid have joined the race to sign Lyon midfielder Tanguy Ndombele. So lastly but not least, because it's Wednesday, we come to this week's great debate. That's when all of the people in the Onefootball newsroom put their heads together and come up with an interesting question to ask you guys. You can of course see there and my answer in the app by clicking on the relevant article. However, for this video and in the comment section, I want to know, what is the thing you hate the most about modern day football? For me, it's got to be ticketing and everything surrounding it. The pricing, the allocations, the availability, it's all just ridiculous, especially in the Premier League. All of England's teams and governing bodies always preach about how they want to make the game more accessible and about how they want to not rip off the fans. However, this is exactly what they're doing. They're using the fans' loyalty against them and squeezing every single penny out of their pockets. For example, in the last few years, there was this movement called 20's Plenty, where £20 was plenty money for an away match. So what did the Premier League do? Well, they settled on 30. That's just the kind of shit that they're dealing with. Elsewhere, and the most ridiculous thing in modern day football, which annoys me so much, is the allocation of tickets in the Champions League and UEFA Cup finals. This season, the Champions League final will be held at Atletico Madrid's new Wanda Metropolitano Stadium, with a capacity of 63,500 fans. Guess how many fans from each side will be there? Just 17,000. That means there'll be just under 30,000 tickets spare for all the suits and ties who don't really know anything about the game. It'll be the sponsors, the broadcasters, and any other business who could throw these tickets around, raffle them off, sell them for ridiculous prices on the black market, or just give them to a client who doesn't really care about football. It's really frustrating. Anyway, you guys can let me know your thoughts and rants down below, what you think is wrong with modern day football, and of course let me know your thoughts on today's daily news and all of the transfer rumours. You can also smash the like button whilst you're down there, or click here or here to check out all of the other videos that we've got going on OneFootball. But until next time, I will see you guys later.